How you doing today, honey?
Woo-wee. I love me a baked potato. My good old russet, little Earl, some salt and some furl. You roll it. You roll it like that. A furled potato. One more time. Salt, Earl, and furl. Hey guys, it is me, Arnold, from the desert once again, and today I am starving. I am going to eat these steaks. We are in feast mode, guys. Are you ready to throw down on the grill with me? There's a lot at stake here, right? You got it, right? There's nothing wrong with a good steak sauce or barbecue sauce, but today I'm gonna give you some new ideas to take it to the next level. A saucy day in the desert. It's not raining today. Margard. It has been raining for the past couple of days. It got really cold last night. Look at what happened last night. Right there, that boulder cracked open. Today, the sun has come out and it's shining and I'm getting hungry. Seriously, so hungry. I thought that was a meatball. And I cannot wait to eat. I'm ready to play with food. I am ready to get in there and throw down. The first thing that I'm gonna make with you is a compound butter of rosemary and bacon. And the other one is a shout out to my mother and her homeland of Thailand called Nam Chim Chao. Nam Chim Chao ใช่ไหม Nam Chim Chao ตรงนี้นะเป็น Nam Chim Chao เป็นน้ำจิ้มที่จะกินกับ steak. I'm speaking. This is Nam Chim Chao, which is the steak sauce that we're gonna eat. But first, let's tackle this compound butter. When I woke up this morning, I took these out even before I had my coffee and I left them on the counter so the sun could get them to room temperature. You can't melt it has to happen naturally. We're gonna add butter into this stand mixer. It's one stick of butter per person. I cannot wait. And just because today's a special day, we're gonna add one more for seconds. I have also cooked off some bacon. How I do it is I take my bacon from the fridge, I cut it up, I put it into a cold pan. I turn it on low as to not overcook this too fast. And I let it all heat up together, and slowly but surely all this beautiful bacon fat starts to fall out and the bacon doesn't burn. As it starts to simmer, I turn it off, I let it calm down, I turn it back on to low heat again, I let it build up, and slow and steady back and forth, you get crispy bacon and beautifully rendered bacon fat. I skim it out, and this is our final product. Look how good that looks. So we're gonna add all the bacon fat. I mean, it's a special occasion, right? I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Check this out. This is fresh rosemary. If you don't have rosemary, use whatever herbs or spices you might have. But here at this house, there's a big herb garden outside and the entire box is full of rosemary. Now, be aggressive with this because it's gonna go over those big ass steaks. So I want a lot of flavor in this butter, right? Right now, I'm just gonna rough chop this. I did a rough chop of rosemary. Now I'm putting a little bit of parsley right on top. And I'm gonna do a little rough chop of the parsley. And what that's gonna do is just give me one more moment, an opportunity to get that rosemary a little bit more super fine. So look, I'm gonna add this into stand mixer. And whenever there's salt, we gotta shoot. There's salt and pepper. Right, look. It's a paddle, not the whisk, because I'm not trying to whip this butter. I just want to incorporate everything together. And in the meantime, I'm gonna take some of this bacon. You know, oh yeah. If you don't want to use bacon, if you don't have any rosemary, use whatever you want.
Into a compound butter. Sun-dried tomatoes, anchovies, capers.
That is it. Dinner time! You know how kids love cookie dough? I just want to do this right now, but I know that'll probably gross you guys out, so I won't. The salt, the pepper, the bacon fat, the herbs, the butter, and now... Bacon. How badly do you want to lather this all over your body? Nom, 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 nom. We'll open a Ziploc bag. Open it all the way. Just gonna place it neatly and cleanly into the bottom of this bag. Yeah. So now I'm just gonna, look at how gorgeous. Oh my God, I can't wait. Look at, it actually is really pretty. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. Now that's going in the freezer.
Y'all, I cannot wait to sink my teeth into some meat.
Pork snacks. This is my bonus this week.
The porks of the job?
The porks of the job. Yep. The porks of the job. There's nothing more beautiful than an all-American grilled steak, right? But I'm gonna take you to Thailand and teach you this sauce that we use on grilled meats, and it's called Nam Chim Chao. Nam Chim
Jim,
Chao.
chow,
Chao.
chow,
Jowl.
chow.
There you go. Nam Chim means dip, right? So nam means water, jim means to dip, and chow is a paste or a mixture of something that's been roasted or smoked. These are some scallions, some green onions. I'm just gonna thin slice these. Raw garlic. Now you're gonna be like, oh my God, how funky, but listen, here's my take on it. It's an aggressive flavor, and we might as well just really go for it. You're probably wondering like, well, what are the portions? Sometimes you just cook from the heart, trial and error, and create your own food story. So I'm gonna add this garlic into the mixing bowl. And I'm gonna add a little bit of ginger in here, but I wanna slice this thin because it's gonna go, it's a raw dip. I'm gonna add some chili flakes. This is palm sugar, but since times are tough right now, I'm gonna save those for later. I'm gonna make it with regular granulated sugar. And I'm gonna add to this mixture about 3 tablespoons. 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon, right? So there we go, 9 teaspoons of sugar. Now, you're like, damn, that's a lot of sugar. In Asian cooking, sugar is used just like salt and pepper in the Western kitchen. It is used to balance things out, not just to sweeten things up, right? Salt this time is gonna be this, which is fish sauce. And the best way to explain fish sauce to you is that it's very much like anchovy paste or something you would use when you make a Caesar salad dressing. About half a cup of fish sauce. Go to the grocery store, get yourself some fish sauce. Make sure it stays closed because it stinks, but you'll thank me. I'm gonna use some liquid aminos, which for me, I love using in lieu of soy sauce. I have a lot of friends that are gluten-free, and this will still give them that kind of nice barbecue-y steak sauce flavor without having to risk any kind of allergic reactions. So I'm just adding about 1/4 to half a cup of freshly squeezed lime juice. A lot of people like to take cilantro or stemmed herbs like this and just pick the leaves off. But cilantro stems have a purpose. There's a really nice spiciness about the stems that I love. And again, there's no real rules or measurements or breakdowns. It's basically on how you want to make this taste. One more thing to set this sauce off is this. This is actually raw rice that has been toasted in the oven. I just placed it on a sheet tray and cooked it at 275 degrees till it started to golden brown. You could also do it in a skillet. And it's actually called kaukua, which is rice ground. So normally people will take this, put it in a mortar and pestle, and grind it up and use it as a thickener or as a flavoring agent. We all know what this is, right? It's a coffee grinder, but in a professional kitchen, it is our spice grinder. What I'm gonna do is take these rice grains, and then we're just gonna pulse this. Kind of like rough sand, breadcrumbs. So I'm just gonna add this now into this jiao, nam chim jiao. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. This is my nam chim jiao, which is a citrusy fish sauce, chili lime sauce with a little bit of toasted rice. It smells so good. I can't even begin to tell you. I mean, I wish, I'm salivating actually.
The sun is setting out here in the desert. We're about to go out and play us a game of cornhole. Yeah!
You're probably wondering what I'm doing out here to stay entertained. So after a day of walking and prepping for dinner, we come out here and have a little happy hour cornhole game. Cornhole! American Cornhole League! I just made it. What I have here are bone-in ribeyes. They are my favorite cut of meat. There's so much flavor. And what we've done today is sprayed the meat with some duck fat and just easy salt and pepper. And these are gonna go on a grill. I'm gonna do it one way, let it char up. Turn it a little bit, let it char up so I get nice grill marks. And then let it rest, and I'm gonna eat the house down. I cannot wait. Check this out, guys. It's all done. This is our bone-in ribeyes grilled to perfection with a little bit of grilled onions for garnish. And then for our step it up sauces, we have our nam chim chao na, na, with our compound bacon and rosemary butter. Some farmer's market cream spinach. Baked potatoes made with Earl Furl technique. And we have a Caesar salad with anchovies and little Parmesan crisp, a cracked pepper vinaigrette, a nice cold beer, a shot of tequila, and good company. Let's do this. It's gonna give you a totally different, it's gonna take you to a totally different place, but that's fine, that's where I wanna go.
The butter's like a whoa, but the nam chim chow is like a whoa!
Yeah, that butter is sickening. It is so freaking good. Oh my God. That is so fierce. It's not, oh my God.